Hello guys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Jagged Alliance 2 version 1.13. This is part 18, and in this part we are going to finish up the militia training in Drassen and then attack the SAM site. Last time we ended on our defense of C13, and now we can continue our business here. One enemy soldier managed to escape. And as Drone mentioned in the comments, we could use him to reset Enrico's complaint timer, because Enrico will complain once you haven't had a battle for 5 days, and if you do not react to that, if you do not fight a battle within the next 24 hours of receiving his complaint, your global loyalty will drop. Loyalty in all cities you control will drop until you finally fight another battle. And you can use even single enemies who retreated from a fight to reset that timer. That timer only really matters if you tend to idle for a long time or spend a lot of time training. But for me, training is more of something to do while others take care of militia training and repairs. So yeah, it's not going to be much of a problem for us. But if you prefer to take it slower, if you prefer to train a lot or do repairs until everything's at 100% with only one repairman who's not very good at repairing, which can take a long time, you might want to consider then taking out such small groups of enemies every 5 days to avoid the complaints. Okay, we cannot do anything of use in this hour because we only have 38 minutes left in it. Let's see, we did the inventory stuff, yeah, and these 2 grenades are for the others who are currently out exploring. Let's bring Steven and Fox down to the mine sector.
I'm into it. I'm in position and available.
Have
As
Fox
always.
sleep. And then let's see. These 2 can train militia or continue the training here, while Ira, of course, does the same in the middle sector, and Dimitri can continue repairing things.
I'm here. What the hell am I supposed to do now?
Okay, there's nothing of importance here. This is, however, one of the sectors where you can find Skyrider, but in our game we know that he's in this one, so it was clear that he wouldn't be here. Okay, and let's bring them back via this sector.
Gotcha.
And let's have the others continue. Okay. These are probably going to retreat again, but just to be on the safe side, let's have our mercenaries consolidate in the mine sector and get into defensive positions. Okay, let's get our better militia down here as well. Okay. Let's have the others come down here.
I made it. Let's do something already.
Okay, these are probably on their way to attack the mine. But let's deal with the closer threat first.
I'm into it.
You really need to be careful of where your mercenaries start out the battle, especially if you just travel, say, from here to here and leave them where they entered the sector. You saw that they were standing around here. If the enemies spawn in here, they are right in range, and if they get the first turn, they can decimate your mercenaries without you ever getting a chance to defend yourself. So be very careful with that. Let's put Steven here.
You called?
He might want to call some militia or the militia forces to the proper spots. Yeah, I think this should be fine. The enemies cannot enter here, and in this spot they have, the militiamen have the option of either going here or up here, depending on where the enemies come into the sector.
Yes?
Dimitri can help Steven, even though he doesn't like Steven, but he should still be able to help him out just fine. And the ladies can go down here.
I'm on to it.
Let's have both of them on the roof for now.
You got my ear.
Yeah.
I'm on it. You called?
And that's one thing I got sloppy about last part. If you call in the militia to your mercenary, they will only stay in that position until you load another sector. So if I went here and opened up this sector, they'd disperse again. Be careful with that. Okay, Steven can sleep. And these two can continue training. Militia force up here.
Made it intact.
Okay. I shouldn't have done that. But I wanted to show you the map, a little bigger version. Yeah, this is a rather small sector due to all of the water. So if you fight here, it's usually just this small strip, head-on battle. But yeah, depending on how you travel, you won't be in a position to fight in this sector too often. Yeah, I think they don't need to rest up. They can come back here.
Understood.
And let's get back down here and recall the militia again. Sorry for that.
All right. All right. Okay.
You come to me. And it's also have Dimitri step back, because if mercenaries sleep, they will always be in standing stance once they get activated, and that can be very harmful to them if they stand up in the middle of the roof with enemies close by.
All right.
Okay, Steven can get here and sleep again. Okay. No repair items, and Steven should take over from Ira now. Let's see if Ira's fine. Yeah. Okay, and Fox also turned around here. Yeah, let's just bring her back so we don't have to check too often if they are facing the proper way.
We have company.
Okay.
Deidranna's men
They
are around.
did attack this time.
Get ready. They're here.
Let's get to
See
it.
them.
Oh, that's interesting. Interesting spawn point. Let's see how this develops. I hope the game doesn't crash. Okay, he's far out. But yeah, let's get Fox up to see if there are any more enemies close by and to get her a better shot. Okay, let's take these and then get down. Just to scare him. Oh, and the crows take off. Let's see. Yeah, it's not worth the risk, I think, keeping her up. Let's bring her down, save her action points so she has maximum action points next turn, and do something with her then. Okay, he's not
Yes.
up there,
See them.
but down on the ground. That's good. Yeah. Let's bring Dimitri forward.
Good. We will all die together.
Yeah, he's out of range for the Makarov, but let's see here if he can. Yeah. I think we'll allow them to close in a little further. The militia force is going to help out greatly. So let's get Dimitri down for now. Later on, when your enemies carry grenade launchers and mortars, you need to be more careful with bunching up militia like this, of course. But in the beginning, it's not a problem. If you have the option, you should really always bring your militia up, because otherwise half of them are going to be so far off that they will only arrive when the other part of the force has already been decimated.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Steven should take a look here. Okay, he cannot see anyone at the moment. Let's get him up one more tile. And have him lie in wait here.
Yes.
Dimitri can also move up.
Hell.
And let's have him take a shot. Let's not waste this ammo for these low percentage shots. Let's use the Makarov. It should be fine. Let's try the low shots on the crouched ones. Yeah, that's the problem on a roof. No. I think I'll get him up
You
in
got my
crouched
I've
next
got my
turn.
hands full.
Okay, there's 3 more here, plus the one we've already hit. That's 4. Yeah, we have eyes on most of them, but there can be some who circle around here, so we do need to be careful. Let's get Ira down and move her up. One more
There's the
tile.
enemy!
Okay. Yeah, we do have some 40 Smith & Wesson. We can use the better weapon here. Just in case. Let's try with the low shots again. Just to have a better sample size for our tests here. Let's get the closest one first. Or the one in the back. That's fine by me. And get down.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, Steven could take a pistol shot here. Nice hit.
Shh! Noise!
I've got a situation.
Especially the ones up here shouldn't be a problem with all the militia present.
Yeah.
Alright, it should be enough if Steven helps out these overwhelming forces here,
Yes?
while Dimitri moves down to help Fox and Ira on the other roof.
You got my ear.
Let's see.
There's the
Ira can do.
enemy.
Okay, he's very close. Again, let's aim low.
Flippin' A.
Perfect hit. Let's keep her up for an
You
interrupt. And Fox can move up
Oh.
just to get eyes on them. Yeah, they have moved up. Let's use the faster weapons and the hollow points. Let's see. Let's take 2 shots on him because he's strong. And we really do want to get back here. It's not worth trying our luck. Let's just bring Fox back and go prone.
You got my ear.
Yeah, let's prone Ira as well. If they get up, they get vision of Ira and can shoot her. If she doesn't get the interrupt, I'm not gonna risk the interrupt with her.
Yeah.
While Steven can continue firing here. Okay, let's move him up and shoot at this guy. Firing at enemies you cannot see, as you can see here, is not the best bet. So it's often or almost always worth it to move up to get vision before firing, instead of trying your luck with 3 shots of this caliber. Later on, with scopes and more accurate weapons, you can also take shots at enemies you cannot see, especially with marksmen or snipers, but in the beginning it's not worth it, in my opinion, unless you are in a pinch and want to suppress. But if you try to hit, you should really get into vision at least. Yeah. These are down. And Steven can try to bandage this one who's on the ground. It does cost a lot of medical supplies, but I think we can afford it at this point. Plus it helps Steven get up his medical skill.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know that there are no more enemies here. Let's run.
Okay, worth something maybe. All right, worth something maybe.
You called?
Now let's see here with
I have an encounter.
Fox and Ira.
You got my ear.
Let's have Ira take the shot here.
I'm learning.
And then go prone with her. Well, no, let's keep her up this turn.
You
Let's
called?
move Fox up here.
Forward.
Yep, there are quite a few still. And there's one more here, I think, too. Yep. Let's just take shots at this healthy one and then get down. Still high. Let's get back down.
You got my
While
ear.
Ira should keep an eye out in this direction in case anyone climbs up. These two shouldn't really have the action points to do anything once they've climbed up. If they climb up, they
Yes?
might try to engage the militia first. Let's get Dimitri closer.
Okay.
Forward.
Luckily, he
Yes.
couldn't shoot. Yeah, climbing up takes a lot of action points. You're usually safe for one turn on the roof. As you can see, Militia isn't exactly very intelligent. They will usually,
Worth something, maybe.
Yes.
after the first engagement, just idle around the corpses of the
called?
ones they killed. Okay, let's hope
You
these
got
two
my ear.
can take care of these enemies.
There's something.
Hey.
You called?
Let's use Fox here
Beauty.
and just
What's
keep
that
them down
lying
for
around?
anyone else who tries
Yes.
climbing up. I think we can get Dimitri
Is
up to
good.
here and get him down. In case anyone comes this way, he's protected by the rock.
Yeah.
While Stephen can now take care of the dying militia man on the ground.
Shh. Noise.
Oh, this one's taking off too.
Yeah.
You called?
All right. Let's get Fox up and see if she can spot anyone else. We still have 3 enemies left, and these 3 should be around this area. Not sure if I want to bring her up just like that. Let's check with Dimitri
Yes?
first. Crawl him here. And get him here. So he can get some vision of this area.
You got my ear.
Bring Ira back and up. Okay, they haven't retreated
called?
here. Let's see if they try circling around here. No. Then just keep Fox up like this. Enemies will only be able to see her if they're right here and standing up. So anyone who is closer won't be able to see Fox. If someone climbs up, Fox can hope for an interrupt.
What was that?
Would be nice to get vision of the enemies down here, but yeah, the militia is slowly moving down here, so
You
Never too
called?
old to learn.
should have some help in 1 or 2
Yes?
turns. Okay.
You called?
Yeah.
Steven's still bandaging. As you can see, it costs a lot of first aid supplies to bandage someone up from dying. But yeah, we do have enough to be able
You
to
call?
spare it. In the beginning, if you are
You
very
got my
short on
ear.
medical supplies, you of course shouldn't waste them like that.
You called?
Okay, let's get Fox up one tile here. Oh, she cannot see anyone in this area either. Let's get her back again.
You got
And
my
Ira
ear.
can stay up like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can just use up the rest of his first aid supplies.
Yes? See them!
Okay, he's critical. That's one of the problems when fighting with militia. You have to wait around for them a lot.
Smorgasbord!
Yeah.
He should be fine. Now Steven can help out the others.
Okay.
You called?
Let's see. Yeah, Fox should try taking a look down here. She might be able to spot the critical one and maybe also
You
his
got my
buddies.
ear.
Let's bring Ira up for some better vision here.
You called?
And then we get Fox here. And up. Nope, no one here so far. Let's get back. And
Yes?
Dimitri can pretty much stay here and keep an eye out on this area and this area.
Hell!
Okay, there's the 2 healthy ones and the crit. Okay, now we have all of them accounted for. This one got lucky.
Yes?
You called?
Alright, let's see. Let's get Fox up and
I have an encounter.
kill him. Makarov should be more than enough for that if she manages to hit.
Beauty. Beauty.
All
Alright.
enemies be dead here!
I'm into it.
Good. Okay, and one was promoted. That's also nice, because as said, the veteran militia men are very powerful, especially later on when they get sniper rifles and machine guns, unless they use the machine gun in a way that they just kill their own men because they are in the way. The one here was really lucky not to get killed by that suppression fire, or that long auto fire. Right, so we do not really have to position our men properly because there are no enemies close by. Again, we cannot do anything with the started hour. Let's get Dimitri into the northern sector. Let's see. We need 37 more points here. Yep, we can do that with 2 rounds of Foxes and Iras. Well, let's do one with Ira, one with Fox. Then Stephen should be able to finish this off. And let's keep Dimitri here actually. And Stephen can move up to the northern sector for now. This is at 18% only, okay.
My location is as requested.
He cannot sleep, so let's just set him to militia training. Alright, and then move up to the 7 PM mark.
I'm where I'm supposed to be.
And the others are back too. Let's check this. The toolkit in the northern sector, Mergus can take that to repair. Yeah, he can stay up 1 more hour. Meltdown should get some sleep as well as the others. Send them to sleep here. Well, Mergus can just take a nap as well. Yep, that should be fine. Okay. 80% means we can have these two move to the northern sector, while Meltdown brings them up to 87, and then Stephen can finish them off in a moment. Yeah, Razor's pretty much only killing time here at this point by training his medical skill. And Grizzly, he's going to continue his training of mechanical skill. Mergus, go grab.
Understood.
Go grab the toolkit.
Made it intact.
And then start repairing these grenades. Yep, the rest doesn't really need repairs. Dimitri can do 1 more hour. Yeah, that's good. And I don't want to finish these off before midnight, so I'm not going to bring Stephen down.
I made it! Let's do something already!
Razor, yeah, let's have him sleep. Okay, Stephen needs sleep. Fox, Ira, Dimitri also, while the others should be fine. Yeah, the others can continue. Well, but we do not want Meltdown continuing down here, of course. That would be a waste. Let's get her into the middle sector.
I'm here. What the hell am I supposed to do now?
Okay, he should get around to repairing the grenades fairly soon. Probably after bringing up the gas mask. Yep. This one's in perfect condition. Oh, let's also reload, of course. Forgot about that. Fox doesn't have any hollow points for this, so no reloads for her. Oh, we also need to check the loot, of course. They might have dropped something useful. Let's see. Well, the PM ammo can go to Dimitri. Yeah, 9 by 19 is always good to have. I think Dimitri can soon start repairing one of these garage pistols just to give him a better main weapon. Who else is in here? He does have enough ammo for all his weapons. Razor can use some more for his Scorpion, because he's gonna spend ammo fast. Okay, that should be fine though. Speedloaders can go to Ira once she's back in the sector. And this 9x19 I'll probably give to Dimitri. Let's see about the repair status here. I think you should be fine bringing up the garage now. Doesn't take too long. It's not hard to repair. Yep, let's do it like this. He might also get some repairs in on the stun grenade sooner rather than later. And Meltdown needs sleep. Steven should be fine. Yeah, he's at 100, and these two are also... Oh well, let's have Grizzly sleep. Okay, you should take care of this this hour. And militia training is progressing nicely. Yep. You need to finish up one more batch and then start training the last reserve batch. Okay, that's 32. Yeah, we can bring Fox down here.
Will do.
And Steven up here. Well, the others really... Yeah, we are almost maxed out on militia, so it doesn't matter much. Okay, let's have Steven do 1 hour here in the mine sector. In the middle sector, I mean. And bring the other 2 down.
I'm on it.
I'm in position and available, as always.
I made it. Let's do something already.
And Meltdown. Yeah, she can. She's not really needed with the militia training. Let's have her train her medical skill this hour. And let's bring him.
All right. My location is as requested.
Okay. Okay, this is in perfect shape for Steven to finish up. And this as well. So Steven can just finish this one and then start training this batch in the airport sector. The last batch we need. Let's see, I don't think we'll have the money to give her the 2-week contract next day. Yeah, we do have the daily expenses to worry about too. Yeah, we need one more 1-day contract on Fox.
Sounds good to me.
And of course on Steven as well.
I accept the renewal.
And then let's have Murgus sleep. Meltdown sleep, Fox and Ira sleep as well, while Steven finishes up here right after midnight. And Dimitri can repair 1 more hour.
Time to move.
Yes, continue training. And let's give him Fox to help out. Yeah, and
I'm
now
into it.
we are full on Militia. So let's bring this up 1 more hour with Ira, so that even someone who's not as good as Steven, someone who cannot train 14% of Militia training in 1 hour, can get these up in 1 hour later on. So let's actually have Ira do 1 more hour on these. And this one's at 87, yeah, and Meltdown can do 1 hour on the ones in the mine sector.
I hear you.
I'm in position and available, as always.
I'm here. What the hell am I supposed to do now?
You got it, or you don't.
Okay. Dimitri needs sleep. Steven also needs some rest. These as well. These are done with their Militia training. They should cannot finish up, or shouldn't finish up these batches, because they're just here to be on standby. So Ira can move to the
I'm on it.
northern sector. Let's bring Murgus up too, so he has more range on his repairs. And Meltdown, train your medical.
I made it. Let's do something already.
Made it intact.
I have to set Steven to something else, of course. And repair here. Oops, no. That wasn't intentional. Oh, and our order from Bobby Ray's website should be here soon as well. Let's see. Sometimes they get lost. Okay. There's a 10% chance with the standard INI settings that a shipment will be lost completely. It's not Pablo's fault. It just happens. It might be a complete loss or a partial loss. So there might only be a few items missing. But that's always a risk. I think they should arrive this morning, these items, and this one was on the 2-day business day order, so that should arrive the day after. Okay, Fox needs sleep. Have him train. Yep, that's fine. Okay, we are going to complete this training here and have a full force, a full complement of Militia and Drassen after that. Plus, we have a 95 and a 96 progress in civilian training in the southern 2 sectors. So in case we lose any militiamen, it's easy to train them up in just 1 hour. We can just complete these batches and then get 10 green ones or 10 promotions respectively with these 2 sectors. It's also interesting if your main force is somewhere else. Let's say we are fighting for Grum at the moment and we have to defend our Drassen sectors with Militia. We could just get, for example, Hitman, who has nice leadership, for 1 day, drop him off right in Drassen after we've taken the SAM site. We have airspace control over Drassen and have him finish these 2 batches within an hour. His leadership is nice, so he should get about 9 or 10 promotions or green ones out of them. So that's a good backup option to have. If you do have the money, you could also get Raider for a day. because he's guaranteed 10 men or women, but I prefer Hitman because he's cheaper. And I think there's also one of the Wildfire mercenaries who's good, or at least one. I think Grace has 60 something leadership, and one of Brain I think as well, no, 38 Scream maybe, yeah, 67. And where's Grace? Grace, here, 62, yeah. I don't really like the Wildfire mercenaries. The voice acting is shoddy, and also the technical quality of the recordings is very poor. And their lines are kind of boring, or even stupid. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those. Okay. Now Ira needs sleep. And I said Dimitri needs a lot of sleep. Yeah, the garage is up. That's good. Now he has a proper weapon to fight with. Not sure if he should... Yeah, let's keep this as well. Might be overkill, but he doesn't have that much 9x19 ammo. Let's just keep it around. Doesn't cost us anything at this point. And let's give this to Razor, so he can refill his SMG magazines if there's any need for that. And we also have to think about Steven's first aid situation, because he used up his kit on the fallen militiaman, or the dying militiaman. We do need to get him some supplies. Okay, this one's at 79. Yep, that lines up perfectly with Fox, once we wake her up, of course, and Steven. Murgus can sleep as well.
Ready to move on.
Okay. We cannot train militia further here because all sectors are full. Yeah, that's why we cannot get training up to 90-something% here, because we cannot start a new batch once all of the sectors are filled with militia forces. That's why I paid attention to not finish up one of these batches, because then we couldn't have started a new one here. Okay, now that that is done, we can finally attack the SAM site. Let's get everything ready for that and then move out the next day. Murgus needs some more sleep, and these others too. Ira does have medical supplies. Okay, let's bring her down.
I'm on it.
Here.
I made it. Let's do something already.
Grab these. And let's have her practice her leadership. She's not going to come with us for the assault now that we have Razor. Dimitri and Ira are going to stay back here in Drassen while the others attack the SAM site. Let's see, yep, they all need sleep. Okay, storm has started, but until we get here it should no longer be a problem. And I'm thinking of not just going here straight on, but taking the long way around, just to explore these sectors. We might find some 45 ammo and some grenades in this sector, and some first aid supplies, so let's do that. And I'm thinking we could stay in Drassen until our first Bobby Ray's shipment comes in, but we don't really need the 3-day packs and the brake light urgently, so I think we shouldn't waste the time. Okay, let's get everyone set up. Squad 1 and Razor Grizzly Meltdown as well. Dimitri's grenade will also bring... I think Razor is a good candidate. He's strong, he's fast, so he can get into a decent position. And his marksmanship isn't that great, so we don't really need him firing at all times. Okay. And Grizzly can grab this med kit, I think, and pass his first aid kit on to Steven.
Done.
I'm here. What the hell am I supposed to do now?
Let's see if there's anything here. Nope, nothing.
Gotcha. I'm here. What the hell am I supposed to do now?
Let's get this. Oh, no, not this. But this to Steven. And now that we're ready to move out, I'll end the episode. Hope you've enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.